Guys, what is going on? Thank you very much for joining us. I got Andrew and Tonya with us from the Camaro Cave.
What's going on, everybody?
Guys, thanks for joining us. It's thanks to guys like these two who will keep the dream alive. Not that I'm going anywhere, but
I was going to say, where are you going?
I'm not going anywhere. Dude, I've been doing this 20 years, over 20 years. And not that I'm going anywhere, but it is good to have passionate people like you two that can help carry the torch for the next chapter and keep this alive. We don't know what is coming. I mean, we have some rumors and whatnot, but it's this. Unfortunately, the second time in my lifetime, second time in their lifetime, where we've seen this, and we thought, too, that this car was probably going to come back, but we're not really sure this time. I mean, we know we heard somewhere around 28, but I don't know. Everything can change, right? So thanks you guys for joining us. And remember, in this car, a little bit of selfish plugs in that video. Some of it was some of the stuff that I was involved in, some of the things that kind of got me to where I am today, in the sense that what I was inspired by growing up, I grew up around Camaros. So, and then to have these two with us and have the Camaro Cave created, it's just another avenue for one of the best pony cars ever made. And, like these two, I've made lifelong friends. Some of them are closer than my own family, that because of one car. Well, okay, really two, but don't tell the Firebird guys because they get a little testy. But it's unbelievable what one car can do. So,
100%.
Go ahead, guys. Now that I've said my spiel.
No, we appreciate Mark and his channel hosting this tonight. We were thinking about doing something because today's a big day, obviously. And thank everybody that's joining us. We will get to your questions, and feel free to, you got to go follow Mark's page. All right. He's been doing it for a long time. So if you're following us, go check him out. He's close to 1,000 subscribers. We got to get him over the hump. Where you at?
Buddy.
How many more you need?
63.
All right, come on, 63 people. You need to go watch his channel because he's been doing it for a lot longer than we have. We're just following his footsteps,
Well,
but
yeah, so guys.
It's great. I mean, obviously, if you're watching us, we're the Camaro Cave, Andrew and Tonya. And today is just a sad day in Camaro world. It really is, especially because so many news outlets were saying that this was going to go a lot longer, and then decided to unnamed sources, aka us, who said that this car was going to end today. Just seems like we hit the nail on the head. Do your thing, Mark. Oh, we'll continue. But yeah, it's kind of crazy. Looks like the last car came off the line today, guys. It's December 14th. Yeah, Little Panther wants to be in the video. But it's just crazy. What do you think?
I don't know. It's not sinking in.
It really hasn't. We just got back from taking our car to get ceramic coated. So we just dropped our car off literally an hour ago with Land, Air, and Sea Ceramics. Great guys. So we'll be doing a whole video with that as well and checking out our paint. But this is really not about us today. It's about Camaro. It's about 57 years of Camaro, and
it's about keeping the faith. Yes, Jan.
100%. We got to take what Scott Sotomayor has done. His entire life he's dedicated to General Motors and keep pushing it forward. We need to build this community up so that GM has to listen to us again and bring the car back again.
Guys, it is possible. We did it. We did it in 03, 04. We made enough noise. I think it can be done again. Just for those who are kind of new to the hobby and whatnot. Sorry to interrupt, but
oh, good.
Guys, it is possible. Anything can happen. We made a statement years ago, and it can be done. And I have said for the longest time that I don't see Mustang being the only thing left. And I know there's a lot of politics to it, but again, anything can change. So I am dog sitting, guys. So if I disappear abruptly, it's because the little buggers on the floor here doing stuff. So
Oh, no worries. Yeah, and now there's rumors. There's like all these rumors too that Mustang's going away in 28. So that's another thing. Because if the big three are all gone, then does GM have even a reason to bring back the car? That's gonna be something to talk about over years to come for sure. We can jump into some of these comments. Already gave 2 thumbs up. Yeah, if you guys are just joining, please subscribe to either one of our channels, both of our channels. Show us some love. Hit the like button. Comment. We're gonna get to your comments. Don't forget about the super chats. If you want us to answer you right away, do the super chats, and we'll get right to you. But we're gonna be on here for a little while tonight, so stay tuned. We got a lot to talk about, a lot to go over. With today being the final day of Camaro, and what's the future going to be, man?
So let's say hi to a few people that I can see in the comments here. So we have David, where's $1? Linda, Wally, Frankie, Kevin, David, Paul, Jan, Kevy. Did I say Jan already? Okay. David Lowe, Keith, Mark. I think I got everybody. Kevin, Dave,
Orbit.
Jonathan.
So
Brian.
one thing that really jumps out at me in these comments, and sorry to like just jump in, but Orbit asked,
go ahead, buddy.
Why is confused why the Z28 didn't happen. So literally the ZL1 1LE was going to be called the Z28, and within like a week of the car getting unveiled, everything changed because 2 powerful people came around, looked at the car, talked about it, and it didn't have a naturally aspirated engine in it, so they couldn't call it a Z28. That's just what it came down to. So the ZL1 1LE was supposed to be the Z28, and they were actually working on the next version of Z28, but the Camaro team ended it early, guys. People don't realize what happened. Like the Camaro team stopped working in like 2019. This isn't something that was brand new. Everybody got moved to different departments, and GM dissolved the Camaro team.
Yeah, Camaro fell under Chevrolet Performance.
100%. And really, there was only a couple people holding the brand together, guys. And hopefully one day we'll be able to share stories on who these people are and who worked on what. But it's just kind of crazy. What's going on, Wes? Thanks for joining us. Yeah. I mean, 5th gen Z28 was stunning, but the ZL1 1LE is holding the record at the ring. So the ZL1 1LE is still the baddest Camaro ever built and ever designed by General Motors, and it's still beating Corvettes all over the ring. So it's just something cool to think about, guys.
It really, yes, the Z28. I mean, somebody put this question to me, and it was a really hard question. I've driven both cars once. What would I rather have, a Z or a ZLE? That's a tough one, man. The ZLE is a much better car overall, like just in every facet you can think of, right?
The performance, technology alone.
And that Z28 was no slouch, but that ZLE is just that much better, right? So, what they've done with this car is it's incredible, right? You hear all the Mustang guys, and we've had this debate for 50 years. The Mustang's better than Camaro. Oh, this one. Yeah, in certain years they were. That ZLE is untouchable from a GT car. They both have their strengths, don't get me wrong, right? I mean, I'm a car guy through and through, but that ZLE is just that much better than a GT car.
100%. And the ZL1, first of all, car and driver just dropped their best muscle car list. a week or two ago, and the ZL1 is the top muscle car from 2023 and 2024, both years in a row. And then it's Mustang comes in second, and the Camaro comes in third. So Camaro holds 2 of the top spots.
He said bean counters.
Yeah, I saw that.
What I miss?
Someone said bean counters or something.
Oh well, listen, you know,
I
he's
love
not
it.
wrong.
I love it.
Or she's not wrong. Whoever said it, I'm still trying to find that comment, but
Then for David's question about the news about Brazil. So the collector's edition, obviously today's the last day at the factory. There is no more production after today. It's done. So the Camaros have already been built, and those vehicles that are already sitting at Lansing, Grand River right now are getting shipped to Brazil, and they're only getting 125 cars of collector's edition cars. They're only getting 125 cars, guys. That's it. A whole country is getting 125 cars. So it's crazy. We talked about Mexico only getting 25 of the 350 ZL1s, and they're not getting many other collector's edition SSs and they're not getting any LTs. So they're not going to get an LT1. They're not going to get a 1LT, 2LT, 3LT. They're not getting any of those. That's only for the United States. It's just crazy.
I found David's comment.
and there you go. I was wondering what you're doing.
Well, whatever. You know, he's not wrong. And I've said this in many of my videos. Sit. Unless you want to go down with your mother. Sorry guys. He's not wrong.
We're sitting.
I've said this in many videos. GM, you know, and I'm as passionate as David and everybody else in here, and you guys, right? GM stopped making cars for their customers years ago. They're building cars for their shareholders. I was actually going to do a whole specific video on that topic because I've been a GM guy all my life. Okay. And I will tell you, not the way I wanted my truck, because I would rather have my father here than my truck, but I'll tell you, I own a F-150 now, and I don't know that I will go back to a Chevy because they all have their problems. Okay. But Ford seems to still be of the mindset that they want to build vehicles for their customers. GM, in my opinion, he's kind of lost that way a little bit. Okay. So he's not wrong. He's not wrong at all. Right. And it bothers me to say that.
Yeah.
I've been a GM guy all my life at 51 years.
I keep seeing people and you know, I posted a huge social thing today, this morning, and some people are like, you know, now they're done with Chevrolet. Like they don't want anything to do with anything Chevrolet ever builds again because the car's going away. Now, I mean, that's not really fair, but it's not totally inaccurate because people love certain things, and we all have Camaros, but we all have daily cars. So we can't be driving a Camaro all year round. So we want something else. And if the car is going to go away, I think that's going to hurt General Motors in the long haul. And it's just crazy, especially if they're going full electric, because Tesla today announced a $2 million vehicle recall. Their entire fleet they've ever built. That is like all the cars they've ever built are getting recalled because of the safety driving function. So the vehicle driving itself is getting recalled. So accidents are happening. And yeah, so, I mean, this is where they want to go, where the cars will drive themselves. You can expect all these recalls, and $2 million cars. That's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money. And look, they all have their problems. GM, Ford, Dodge, they all have their problems. They've always had their problems. You know, I guess I'm more bitter because, you know, I've seen this happen too many times where, you know, and I'm not the only one. There's a lot of people who love this car who have said, this is a great car, but this car could have been so much better. It deserved better. Right. And I guess a combination of politics and a few other things have got us where we are today. Right.
I have tried 3 times.
So, sorry, I was putting this back up there. Get to your question there in a second, Wally. Wes says, so I have a 23 ZL1 Vivid Orange that I've been trying to find out how many have been built. Is there a way to find out? First of all, love that color. There is.
You got to go to
Camaro 6 would probably be.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Camaro6.com.
If you're on Camaro 6, Wes, you could probably find that information out. I have a rare color truck as well, and Ford doesn't track it as well as GM does. That is one of the few things that GM does a better job of. So, sorry guys,
So yeah, we're gonna get back to some of the questions, Tonya. West Camaro 6 has a lot of color info, 100%. Definitely check out Camaro6.com. Mike Lee puts it together. There's actually, I was checking today, there are threads in there for all the colors and the breakdowns by the year and how many were built. And I know a lot of people are asking, well, can we find out about 2024? By the end of the year, GM should be posting numbers of the final numbers of all the cars built, and I think people are going to be surprised. It's going to be a lot less than people think.
Wally said it means Z. That's what the Canadians call a Z.
Z28. Also,
yeah, we're Z28. You guys are Z28. What's Wally's got? Are there Panthers out there in the market you may have to buy out of state either to get the car or ship it? So here's the thing, Wally, if you're in the US, yes, absolutely. The one thing you can't, you can still do it in Canada too, but good luck finding one in Canada without paying a humongous markup on it. If you're in the US, absolutely. That's why I put the links in our description. And I know these guys have done it too about the Camaro Finder on the building price, right? I start in Michigan and go 2,000 miles out for you guys, right? If you want one of these cars, they've said it, I've said it, Matt said it, all of us have said it who've covered it, right? You guys may have to go for a drive or have it shipped.
100%. It's the only way you're going to get these things.
Last live, dealing with your local dealer is unfortunately, it's not the best option now. You may have to go across country if you want to find this car, and they still are out there, right?
100%. I just helped out a guy last week. I helped a guy out in Tennessee find a car in Florida, and he actually picked up his car on Tuesday. He flew down there, picked it up, and driving it back to Tennessee.
The one thing up here is because of the NAFTA agreement, if you want to buy one up here, it's not going to happen with a Panther, I don't think. But if there was one up here, you would have to have an address up here and be. I don't think you need to be dual resident. You can do it. You can come up here, like we can go down there for 6 months. You have to have an address up here. Leave that car. I think that car has to be up here 6 months or 12 months. Get yourself a Canadian girlfriend. That'll fix it all for you.
There you go.
And
one way out.
Her name. And then after whatever the clause is, 6 months or 12 months, you can bring it south and import it. It's the only way you can do it, right? The good thing about up here, though, versus the States is we don't have the problems in Canada that you guys have in the States with the markups, but they still do get around it. It's not, they won't mark up. They can't, well, at least in Ontario, they cannot mark that car up 1 cent above MSRP, but what they can do is they can put $25,000 in paint protection.
Yep.
That's the way they get around it, right?
100%.
But that up here doesn't fly so much in Ontario. It's not the same, right? So, but yes, I would suggest if you can find one, and I had delayed the December news because of this. I will be putting an update in our December news for you guys with what's out there coming, across 2,000 miles from Michigan, right? So right across the West Coast, pretty much, right? So
I gotta just bone a pick with David Lowy. JM Authority was wrong all over again and again and again. And they basically told us the car was going to get built until the end of January, and today was the last day of production. And yeah, they basically took what we were saying for the past couple of weeks and flew with it and didn't give us any credit. So, I mean, little salty, but it's okay. It'll happen. We'll get credit elsewhere from you guys watching, and we appreciate.
Muscle car and truck, baby, not GM
Yeah.
Authority. I'm just kidding.
I know, right?
GM Authority's good, but certainly we want to support Chris and those guys at Muscle Car and Truck.
100%. I do a good job.
So Frankie's got, I ordered 5 cars, actually 6 if you count my 23 1LE order. I didn't get to, thankfully. One did work out Saturday, will be 3 weeks. I have my 24 1LE. And we're featuring Frankie's car in our December news. It's actually on our thumbnail. That's his silver Sarkskin silver 24 SS 1LE. And we're going to have a video tribute that he sent me in that news. So I love that car, man. That is an awesome color. Like, it's just, I don't know why. When I first bought my first silver car, I always hated silver. And then I bought my first silver car and realized how easy it is to look after it and all that. Silver was coming around a lot more. Like,
well, hey, it was the release color in 2006 for the concept car. People forget that, and then people sleep on the silver. But that new shark skin metallic is really nice.
Yeah. So there you go. Yes, Camaro Cave called it right. And I just want to say, while we're here, I gotta say, you know what, dude? I am impressed. You guys have done a phenomenal job, and of course, I gotta stick up for my own guys, and I know many of them cross over, but the Camaro Cave family are top notch. I gotta tell you, they come. I mean, I was been in a couple of your lives, and you've got like 40, 50 people in there. I'm like, damn.
Well, we have like 41 people watching right now.
Yeah, there you go. So, thank you, Camaro Cave family, for supporting this as well.
Oh, yeah. Of course, Mark. We're here. First of all, we brought champagne because cheers, everybody, because it's a sad day. It's like it's a day of salting and sadness and car coming to an end. So we had to do a little cheers.
Absolutely.
On that end.
So, if you guys missed some of the pre-show, when the playback becomes available, you can watch it there. It's a stretched format of what's coming out in the December news. I'm using as part of my intro, but it's a lot shorter because I can't go for a minute and a half intro, right? So, Dave's got. I got Dave's up. I tried to order ZLE from my local dealer back in June. Was assured they'd get allocation. It never happened.
Join the club, Dave.
Happens all the time, David. They only made about 30 cars, so
yeah,
we did a video. We did a video of every location where every car was going. So if you were watching us, I checked today. There's like 4 or 5 left. Everything else is already sold. And of course, these dealerships are doing markup as they should, because it's going to be the rarest version for 2024 ZL1 one of these guys. That will be the lowest number out of all the collectors.
How ironic is that, eh? How the ZLEs are going to be more rare than the Panthers.
Yep.
So
100%.
I tend to wonder if that was the plan the whole time. Like,
I mean, secretly. Confirm or deny.
Well, that's fine, right? We've been around this game a long time. I think I already know the answer to that one. But, hey, Al, sorry, I'm playing a little bit of catch up here. So, the Ashen Gray Camaro is another great color.
That was a 1-year color.
Yeah. It's funny because when I forget what the blue is, into that 2010 light blue, nobody wanted that color. Metallic. Yeah, nobody wanted that color, right?
And now everybody wants that color.
Now, even 2 years later, the year after they discontinued it, everybody wanted that color, right?
Yeah. So Tonya actually read something today. Fill the people in what you read today.
Okay, but what's the color of the ice blue? I think
that's 2016, 2017. Actually,
I didn't hear him say it.
Oh no, it's 2010. That's why I said tell them what you said today, what you read today.
Oh, I read today somebody had posted what Camaros would hold their resale the best, and
that color is probably at the top.
Well, they didn't go specifically into colors. They were more kind of running the years.
Oh, okay.
So obviously, first gen was up there. It was in the top three. 2010 was the year of the fifth gen. So if you have a 2010, don't get rid of it. If
Yeah.
you traded it up for a
Apparently, they're saying 2010
sixth gen, go find it,
Wow.
get it back.
was like the highest resale value.
There's a lot of people that don't realize those early build 2010s had a lot of Easter eggs in them that the later 2010s and on didn't have.
Yeah, just the GM chiclets on the side of the car too.
Chiclet went 1 year, didn't it?
Yeah, it was
Chiclet
only the year. 2010 was the only year.
What else was there? There was some small Easter eggs in that 2010.
What's up, Charles?
2019 was the sixth gen year that's going to be worth the most. So
Hey, Camaro boy. Yeah, no, it's fine. You're just unfortunately you may have to play the pre-show back when the playback comes out. But hey, yeah, it's fine. You're cool.
Cheers, everyone, to Camaro.
What do you think of buying and modding a fifth gen since the sixth gen is done? Well, you know what? I'm a little biased than that. I've always been a bigger fifth gen fan than sixth gen, not because, and I think that they have more fifth gens than sixth gens. Well, it's getting kind of 50-50.
Hi
now. But I have.
We got balloons. Someone threw balloons on our page.
The fifth gen is going to, I believe the fifth gen is going to be the new where the big boom was on the fourth gen. Now it's kind of gone first, second, third, fifth, sixth. Fourth gen it's getting popular again, but yeah, there's a lot of people that are doing more and more to the fifth gen because you can do more to them out of the box, right? So
100%. There's so many modifications now. My only worry going forward is that the companies that are doing all aftermarket stuff now are going to say we're done, and that's going to become less and less. So if you want your modifications, you better hurry up and grab some stuff while you can, because I do think these companies are going to be like narrowing it down now that the car's going away.
Well, GM has to keep parts.
GM
10 years.
It's supposed to keep parts for 10 years. So don't worry, your car's still under warranty. You shouldn't have any issue there.
Fifth gens. Oops.
Yeah.
Gonna get harder to find parts for those.
It is. Ever up the value of my Synergy.
If it's an actual Synergy, Camaro, so they had the Synergy package and then they had just the color, right? So the Synergy package, for those who don't know, have the green panels, the green door panels, and they come out with just the paint, which was the outside color, but it still had the gray. In the RS LTs, they still had the gray shiny panels, right? So if you have a Synergy, I think Scott shared that number with you guys. It's low for actual Synergy.
Yeah, I think it's like 2,100 cars.
I was gonna say it's just over 2 or something. Yeah.
It's crazy, but no, David's got a great car. We're gonna do a video for David here soon and share his car with the world here.
His story.
I know.
Story.
She keeps telling me about it. But yeah, this is a good question. Pan 46, good question. Is there any info GM Insider regarding the 7th gen? Well,
no, Charles. Shamrock is just her name.
As we know, is Shamrock the package? Shamrock is a real Synergy, so that was my 2010. She's real. But GM was working on the 7th gen. GM was working on the 8th gen. And then Joe Biden got elected president and put the kibosh on the 7th and 8th generation cars.
Oh, come on. I'm not a Democrat, but I'm certainly not a Trump fan. Well, we'll just leave the politics out of this. No. I'm just pulling legs out there, buddy. It's all good.
No, but I mean, it's just true. So they made GM choose between Corvette and Camaro, and Corvette makes General Motors a lot more money.
And Ford doesn't have that problem. I don't even think they have a GT50 anymore, right? So
Yeah, they made Ford choose between the GT and the Mustang.
yeah.
That's why they don't make the GT
Well,
anymore. Ford
50,
GT.
you can't even. Not everybody can buy a GT50. You have to be invited by. They have a specific. I forget what the thing is because I'm not a Ford guy, but you have to be invited to purchase one, and then they do a background check on you. You can't just go to you just can't go to the Ford dealer and say, "Oh, I want to buy a GT50." It doesn't work like that.
No.
There's an actual department that runs that GT50 program.
Yep, 100%. I saw Keith's comment here. All right, so there's a lot of fake news out there, guys. There's a lot of fake YouTubers that are just posting stuff saying there's a 25, 26, 27, 28 Camaro, Mustang. Like, all that is fake.
Hatchback,
truck. People need to stop watching these videos and stop believing in the fakeness.
Or
a lot of it.
Or, I mean, we did a piece on the 25 and what my thoughts were. Now, it's okay to have a piece on what you think is going to happen, which is what I've did. But it was an opinion piece, and everybody's entitled to an opinion piece.
100%.
But you're right, Andrew. There are a lot of people out there that are spreading fake news, right?
Just to get clicks.
Yeah, to get no resources. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, and then they take video from like 2024, 2013, 2014 and say it's going to be a new Camaro, and then it's just pictures. It's just a video of pictures with some AI talking behind it. It's not real. Camaro boy, thank you so much, man. I'm so happy we could help.
I'm getting to it, boys. I'm getting to it.
Yeah.
Sat in it just to sit in it while it was in the garage. That's okay, Camaro boy. That's not weird at all. We walk to all of our garages and say goodnight to all of our girls and our new boy.
Yep, and we make sure we start them every couple of days.
So yeah, we go and visit with ours.
10, nice.
No, we're so glad. We do have to give a shout out. One of our subscribers that we mailed out a gift to actually send us a really nice piece of mail. And we really do appreciate it. And
it's our first mail for Camaro Cave. You're going in our history, bro.
Yeah, so we will be holding on to that. And anybody that doesn't want to send us letters, we do read them. We do read our emails. We get back to you guys. Definitely. I mean, if you're watching this, show both our channels some love. If you haven't subscribed to either one, go check that out. Hit the subscribe button, smash that like button, because we need some more likes here. Let's get this algorithm up.
He took it to a car show right after he picked it up.
It's even better. And he got a trophy. And won a trophy night one. Woo woo! You go, Camaro boy. Yes, Keith. So they're allowed to use Camaro for
2 more years, I think, isn't it? 2025?
2024, I heard was the end.
Oh, okay. I thought I seen 25, but you could be right.
It's just crazy. But NASCAR has to choose. Like, what is NASCAR's next option? Because now that in order for them to run NASCAR, they have to have a production vehicle in the lineup. So that's something else. Did they ever end up?
Maybe the car's coming back.
I mean, we're gonna stay on Scott Sotomayor's nose there. We're gonna keep the faith.
I have a hard time believing. I'll be honest. I have a hard time believing talking about that. I have a hard time believing, even though I know the math makes sense, like what we talked about on our last live. R&D, all that, okay? But I still claim, and I know you guys have a lot of connections, but I've been around this too long. I wouldn't doubt there's still something going on as a backup plan, because waiting till 2028, you're going to lose a lot of people to Ford, right? I mean, look at the electric thing, right? Things change quickly, right?
Falling apart.
6 months ago, we were all going to be driving electric cars next year, right? Now they sit on lots, right? So I have a hard time believing that they're going to wait till 28, but I mean, guys like Scott know better than we do. So
Yeah, it's just crazy. Wes says I keep mine in a bubble in the garage. Nice. What kind of bubble? Because I've been looking for these bubbles. Where are these bubbles?
I found the bubbles.
Where were the bubbles?
I found them. They're on Festech.
They're not on Amazon.
They're on Festech.
All right, good. Ryan asked, did they end up making all any of those Garage 56 editions? Yes, every single one. Have you seen any? No. Are you going to? Yes. Probably not.
Yes. They'll put them out. They will put them out.
They will put them out, or maybe we'll have to put them out. Stay tuned for that. Camaro boy, it's awesome.
So Ryan says, did they ever end up making any of those Garage 56 editions? I thought they were waiting until the end, but you had told me that they're
made.
Yeah, they're already built.
Like the plan's done, the lights are off.
Yep.
Because I thought they were waiting until the end to do the 56 car. They're probably building the motorsports cars now for the next couple weeks, but
yeah, I don't know what the plan is. I haven't heard anything because the last car came down the line today, everyone. If you're just joining us, the last 2024 6th generation Camaro came off the line, rolled off the line, photo shoot, whatever you want to call it. Will you see the picture? Don't know when, but
oh my.
So sorry, I have to put this in there because I don't know if we kind of covered enough. Guys, we're simulcasting to both channels right now, so we can see all the comments on both channels, but you guys may not. So if you see us popping stuff up on the screen and flicking through it, it's just because we're trying to get everybody covered and get everybody's comments covered, because we appreciate you guys being here and leaving comments. So if we didn't go over that, I want to make sure it's done. Sorry, carry on, guys.
Yeah. So apparently on the line today, there's like something like 1,400 workers watching the final car get built. And according to this post, which I don't doubt because the car's done, it's if that's true, Kev, that's really sad. And it's upsetting, but I hope GM has a plan to put that line back to work. Because if they're really laying off all those people at Lands and Grand River, that's right not good news.
Christmas.
Yeah, right before the holiday.
Yeah, that's pretty crappy for sure, right?
NASCAR Malibu. Well, that's the only car GM makes left.
And who would think that the Malibu would outlast the Camaro? I mean, really?
There were so many talks of that car actually being done already, but they're making 2024. Obviously, we did hear they are redesigning the Malibu for 25. So there's that.
Yeah, and they are still making the Cadillacs in the plant. Just Charles, my question up. They are. They're still making. They're still making the V's and the regular ones and all that are made in the same plant as the Camaro. So
the new CT4 and CT5s, they just redesigned. They are making them.
I haven't seen any pictures of anything online. I wasn't sure. Eager to see how they look. Paul says car capsule.
Is he talking about the Garage 56 edition? Because you're not going to see anything online. Everything you see online from the Garage 56 edition is going to be the design images from the manufacturer or someone faking it. You're not going to see anything online, unfortunately, yet.
It's one of those dealer things, is it not, Andrew?
No.
No? Okay. Why is G-Man Mopar ending but not the Mustang? So, Desmond, great question. We just kind of covered that briefly. So, Mustang, I mean, Ford has just the Mustang, right? Where Mopar has the Challenger and the Charger, and GM has got obviously the Vet and the Camaro, right? And I think we'll let these guys cover it a bit more, but really it comes down to politics, right? As to, it was politics last time too, but I think it's more politics this time than it was in 02. But go ahead, guys. You can kind of touch on that question.
I think got it.
I'm like, you want to go, babe? No,
It's so pissed.
It's just upsetting because the calf laws in the United States really dictate what GM can do. GM is at the bottom of the list. If you go to calf laws for the United States, you'll see that General Motors, Ford, and like Dodge are at the bottom, and all the foreign brands are at the top when it comes to fuel economy.
They fines every year.
Yeah, they pay billions of dollars in fines every year. Listen, they got trucks. Every single one of their trucks has a V8. All right, and all these other brands don't have V8s. I mean, just look at the brands. And after Camaro, after today, there is only one American brand left that makes a manual transmission. Think about that.
And an affordable pony car, as unaffordable as they were coming.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny because I gotta get over and get that 24 V6 walk around done. But so when I did that black V6 walk around on my like last month, that car in Canada was $55,000, and you're not even in a V8 yet. This convertible 24 is still a V6 RS at $67,000, which is,
that's more than I paid for my 2SS Panther we just picked up.
It's ridiculous, right? Like you got to add 30% to bring the car up here, right? So,
well, we just did the numbers for what country? Mexico. So in Mexico, because they are getting some of the Panther editions, a new 24 ZL1 Panther cost in American dollars, US dollars, $133,000 US dollars.
Wow.
And the car originally is 90 grand, right? So it's a lot of pesos.
Yeah.
It's a lot of pesos.
I'm just getting caught up on some comments here. Was there any ceremony for the last car at the factory? We couldn't find nothing. There was a post on Facebook about the last seat, which was adrenaline red.
No. The last seat, that was the last seat.
The last seat is going to go into the Heritage.
Yeah, it's going into the Heritage garage. So that seat is not going into a car. But there was a ceremony today at the factory. There hasn't been any public post anything about it. There was a lunch, and some people were there. But we're waiting for General Motors to post photos and media photos of the last day. I just don't think we're going to see it for a little while, to be honest with you. I thought we were going to see something today, or at least a post, but it just seems like the car is done. They don't want to tell anybody about it. They want to keep it hush hush and let it just die. And that's what it seems like. So we'll see what comes in the next coming days, but we're hoping that somebody will post the photograph of the last car, and it would be interesting if it was a GM employee.
Yeah.
Somebody who gets laid off.
Or one of those.
Yeah, I mean, if you're getting laid off, right? Because
can't lose your job.
Cell phones on the plant on the line, right? So,
I'm sure they're going to make them sign a bunch of paperwork.
I'm sure there was a lot of NDAs signed today.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely, right.
Definitely disclosures.
As crazy as Impala was, somehow the Malibu, at least up here, the Malibu had seemed to do better than the Impala. When it comes to cars,
they never advertised the Impala. They didn't spend any money on advertising.
Well, they don't really advertise the Malibu either. Let's be honest.
No, they don't.
But at least the Malibu is cheaper, so it's a good access.
What I will say about the Malibu, and if you look at the numbers of sales on the Malibu right now, it is already like tripled Camaro. And people don't even know about it because they sell so many cars to fleet companies. They're already at like 77,000 cars this year. And that is way more than Camaro.
What's it, all the rental places?
All the rental companies, Hertz, Enterprise, all these companies are buying these Malibus for the rental business. And we get a bunch of Malibus at my dealership for a fleet.
Yeah.
And my fleet owner is just pumping them out and just giving them to these companies. So there's a lot of companies that are buying up these vehicles and they add to the sales numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy, and I don't know. I mean, with this new agreement, no, I mean, we all knew it was coming. We all knew that with this new agreement, there was layoffs coming, and now you add a discontinuation of a car. I can imagine there's few people that are not happy
No.
about what we're reading here. You know what I mean? 369 laid off at Lansing, and
It's a lot of jobs.
absolutely right before Christmas. I mean, the company that I work for, great company, they don't let. I mean, you got to do something pretty stupid or pretty bad in the month of December to get fired where I work, because they will not do anything. You know what I mean? They are that good with their employees. They will not let you go, right, in the month of December, right? So, yes, Malibu was a cheaper price point, and
$25,000.
I have said that GM has kind of let, and Ford too has kind of let, the compact economy cars, they've kind of let Toyota and Honda and those kind of guys take that from them, right? So, it's unfortunate, but now, I mean, the GM's got that Trax, which is a good, it's a good SUV for inexpensive entry point. I'm not a big fan of that 3-cylinder motor with a turbo in it.
We can't keep them in stock. They're selling like hotcakes because
it's a great car.
You can get one for $21,000. I mean, it's the least expensive vehicle out in the market, and you get a lot of technology in it. You really do.
And I'll tell you, a lot of people knock. That's one of those cars that are made in that Korea plant. I'll tell you right now, the cars that are made in that plant are well made, right? And I've always said, if you're going to make cars in Mexico, it better reflect the price. Right? They make the Blazer in Mexico. I mean, they made the Avalanche in Mexico, but it never reflected the price. At least this thing coming from Korea, it's priced up against some of the entry-level cars, and I think they did a good job with it.
And that's what takes so long for us to get them. So, what do you call it? Frankie asked if did I find a buyer for that 3LT Panther yet? Nope. Still available if you know anybody. Literally.
I think you're a little ahead of me here. Didn't see any media coverage, huh?
No, everything was internal. Listen, GM didn't want to tell people the car was ending today. Can we just? They would have said something. There would have been a press release if they wanted people to know the car was ending. They didn't want people to know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. So Al's asking, Garage 56, what's the deal with the 56 cars? I'm gonna go get this little runt off the floor here, and you guys can look after that question, because I don't have the answer.
No problem. I got you. So all of them are built. Every single last one of those Garage 56 cars are built. We're waiting to head to certain dealerships. Now, GM has picked all these dealerships already ahead of time. Those dealerships already know who they are and who's getting them. Rick Hendrick is not getting all of them. So don't think you can just go to a Rick Hendrick dealership and get one, because that's not the case. That's not the case.
Outside waiting
for him. It's not the case.
It's not Tickle Me Elmo.
They're not going to show up on the locator. They're not going to show up on some GM website for sale. This is a car that you got to be lucky enough to drive past the dealership and realize, or have a salesperson that works there to contact you that they're getting one. And you better be on that list, like, I don't know, 8 months ago. But it's going to be very hard to find that car. It's going to be very hard to see what the car actually looks like in person. It's just crazy to think that GM, there's just a lack of caring for a brand that saved them during the bad times with the 5th generation car, because the only reason GM stayed away from bankruptcy again was because of the 5th generation Camaro. So for them to just bow out this way, and not even show the last car coming down the line yet, it's just a little disappointing. So hopefully we're wrong. It's a lot of pointing. Hopefully we're wrong, but we haven't been wrong yet. So
God love the catfish. I remember when that car cut when that nose came out in '98. I was not a big fan of it, but I believe, I don't know. I'm not going to say it because I just don't know anymore. I'm trying to find another project, but I think catfish is going to be my next project.
that was my first Camaro, 924 RS. Not the catfish, but
Yeah.
4th gen. Yeah.
Hemi Dave's I love my 2023 ZLE. I knew I had to pull the trigger because the car was near. Yeah. Been a lot of pain.
Yeah. Appreciate you watching, Hemi Dave, and thanks for commenting always. We really appreciate all the comments, everyone that's watching here, joining us. If you haven't already, check out Mark's channel, subscribe to his channel. He is literally 60 people away.
I don't know. I'm going to give you an update here. 1 second.
He's going to give you an update on the number, but we need to get him over the hump. Hit that 1,000 for him, guys, and hit the like button. We got like 50 people watching right now, and that like button has like 5 likes.
Guys, make sure you hit the like button, and like Andrew said, subscribe to both channels. We both do our very best to keep you guys up to date. And just because the car's ending doesn't mean I'm certainly going away. They're not going away. They are more active on scene because they have the cars, and I'm still looking for another project. But we're certainly not going anywhere, right? I'm all over the place doing different things. These guys are going to events. We're going to go to events. So just because the car's ending doesn't mean nothing, right? I've been doing this. I'll tell you right now. When I started my club in 2000, okay, we knew the Camaro was coming to an end in 02. And when that car ended in 02, the popularity of our group took off when the car wasn't being made. And then it took off again when it came out, when it was announced in 06, right? But we're not going anywhere. But these guys are a lot younger than I am. So, we're going to keep doing what we do for you guys. And we appreciate everybody being here and supporting both channels. So make sure you hit the subscribe button. And like Andrew said, make sure you hit the like button. It really does help us both out.
100%, guys. You can show us some love in the comments. You make your comments if you're watching. Feel free to ask. We will get to them. Yeah. But both channels are here. Mark's been doing it way longer than we have. We're just following in his footsteps and keeping the brand alive, even though the car's going away. What Tonya likes to say is,
you can take the car away from us, but you can't take us away from the car.
Yep.
100%, guys. So car may have ended production today, but there's still so many out there. If you want to get one, go get one. Yeah. Because I could pretty much say that by the time springtime rolls around, there ain't going to be many new Camaros on deal lots.
Actually, I can update that. Well, if you just want to cover me here for a second,
I got you.
I can give us an update here.
I'm sure there'll be one at the auctions. Oh, for sure, Keith. There'll definitely be some at the auctions. Jan says, wish the CEO that was in charge of Camaro back in 2009, 2010 was still around. Actually, the Camaro came back in 2006, Jan, but there was some internal issues, so it got pushed to 2009 as a 10. Wally, sweet, that was a good one. Yeah. Ryan's new to the community. What's up, Ryan? Thanks for joining. Thanks for watching. And there's never a bad question, guys. If you guys have questions, feel free to ask them. Nothing is a bad question. We will get to it. He wants to know why stop making them. There are so many people who want them and want to get their hands on them. Well, every car has a shelf life, Ryan, and this car has been around 8 years. The Camaro team basically got done working on all their cars in 2021. So there's been a auxiliary team basically working behind the scenes to make sure that each year Camaro gets to where it is. So literally a lot of people from GM retired. A lot of people took the buyouts and moved on. So their GM got rid of 5,000 people. It's just a lot. There's a lot of things going on behind the scenes that we don't know, but hopefully we'll find out more and be able to tell you the stories and do the interviews that people want questions to. It is a governmental thing. The CAF laws play a big part in why Camaro is disappearing. So
for those of you who don't know what that is, the CAF, all of the companies have to fall within a certain percentage and point value for the CAF laws. And each car they build adds points to that. So they have to have so many vehicles that the emissions are being protected, and then they can have a much less number of vehicles that don't. So they put it on a point system. So all of the trucks with the 8 cylinders, those are high points. Just trucks, period, are high points. And they got down to most of these manufacturers got down to where they had to make a choice between certain vehicles, and Camaro and Corvette were one of the ones that the GM had to make a choice. Corvette obviously has a much deeper history. It's been around longer. It makes more money. And so they chose to stick with the Corvette and Camaro. And doing that helps put their percentages down. Are you done, Fashion Ken? They get points for each one of those vehicles, and so they're not going to ditch trucks that are fleet vehicles.
That's where they make their money.
And money makers, and keep the Camaro just to keep a small percentage of fans happy.
Yeah, that number is very small in the rental market.
Well, and you can't.
Yeah, and fleet sales is a huge part of what inflates everybody's numbers, right? So I just trying to get caught up in some comments here, guys. So David says Holden GTO. Just a little bit of stupid, useless knowledge for you guys. The GTO was made in Australia, as you all know, but you could not buy them. They wouldn't sell them in Canada because they didn't meet the Canadian traffic or the safety laws. And for the longest time, you couldn't even import them because they were, for whatever reason, I don't know what the actual reason was. I just know it was bullshit. But now we're starting to see the odd GTO up here. We're talking about the new ones, right? The 06s or whatever. Great car, LS2 motor, fast shit. But yeah, you don't see many GTOs up here, and I know a lot of us are pretty jealous that you guys have them down there. So,
Keith, fun fact with GTO.
What's that?
I said fun fact with GTO. Do y'all know GTO was going to be called Camaro?
I didn't.
The GTO was going to be a Camaro, and Scott Settlemeyer saw the car and says this can't be a Camaro. No fun fact, people didn't even know.
I didn't know that. I forgot. I mean, he probably told me,
but that's why there's a GTO, because it did not meet the demand of a Camaro.
Keith said, "Are people still allowed to build the Camaro conversion?" I think he means for the like the Le Mans cars and stuff. Are we talking about that kind of conversion, or what are we talking about, Keith?
Or are you talking about like the Trans Am conversions, or I don't know. Have you been seeing this new conversion where someone takes a 6th generation Camaro and makes it into a Chevelle?
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
It does. I'm not spending $100,000 for it though.
No. No. It's funny that all GM made cars ended in December Grand National, December 11th, 87, Impala SS. You know, I still say that Impala SS, as great as that was with that 5.3, it shouldn't have been front wheel. It should have been either all-wheel drive or something, because that is a great amount of power, but too much for a front wheel drive car, right? I mean, the Grand National, just some more stupid, silly, useless knowledge. The Grand National and the Turbo Trans Am were so underrated and didn't get their due. Those cars were rated for like mid 200 horsepower, but yet they were underrated intentionally. And if you watched any of the other car videos on YouTube, they will tell you that car was actually dynoed at over 300 horsepower, which is phenomenal at the time. I think you got Frankie's one here. You got a buyer for the 3LT?
Nope, still available.
I wouldn't buy a new one and lose 60% as soon as it leaves the lot.
What, new Camaro?
I don't think you're losing 60% on a new Camaro.
Nope, they're going for more money than they are brand new at auction.
Unless Judge means something else. Maybe he can elaborate. Yeah, the UAW got their deal, like it or not. They did. It's still, it's still shitty that they're laying people off in December, right?
Hit that like button, peoples.
Benny, thanks for joining us, Benny. Benny's a longtime supporter of Camaro Country. We have a sister Camaro Club up here in Ontario Camaro Club. Benny has been a big supporter of both us and OCC. Did that big thing at Toronto International Auto Show in 2011 when we had 46 cars and a whole floor of F-bodies. And it was the most attended. So they'd have a pony car exhibit every year. They had Mopar, they've had Mustang, they had Vets, they had Camaro. Apparently the Camaro and the Firebird one that we had was the most attended event out of all of them. It was like 575,000 people come to see the show that year. I don't know how they tracked it, but yeah. So Benny's been around a long time. That's the short story. How do you guys think the fourth gens will rise in value? I have a 97 Brickyard 400 Festival car that carried Dale Earnhardt Sr. around the track. I have a 93 Indy Pace car and a 30th.
100%. Especially if you go to the show, we every year, Camaro Nationals, huge show, Morgantown, Pennsylvania. They had 605 cars last year. They're already on track to beat the 700 mark this year, and it's in Morgantown, PA. And they had a 2002 SS 35th anniversary car with like 50 miles on it. They were asking $75,000 for the vehicle, and it still had all the plastic on the seats and everything. So they just found the car at a showroom, and now they're selling it. Like the fourth gens are going to hold their value very well.
They are. The specialty ones like those, I think, are going to do really well. I mean, I don't know if the fourth gens in general overall are going to. The third gen seem like they're getting their day now. But the fourth gens are still kind of like the ugly stepchild of the family. You know what I mean? Like some of them, yes, the specialty ones like what he's mentioned here, absolutely. But the fourth gen car in general, they still got a bit more to go because I think it's still too new, right? Like the third gen's just starting to get its day now, right? So
I mean, look at some of these third gens. They're going for some crazy money at Mecum Auction and Barrett Jackson. Like 85 Z28s going for 40 grand, and the car was a couple $1,000 brand new.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, Spider Buddy? How you doing? Yes, Mark. We're definitely gonna get back to your question. We're just catching up here, and I didn't forget. We gotta try to find you a Panther.
I'm newer to the community, so may have a bad question. There's no bad questions. First of all, like Andrew said earlier, why did they stop making it? There's so many people that want one and can't get their hands on one. Great question, Ryan. Thank you for the question. They quit making them because of politics, as we said before. I don't know. It's one of the world's mysterious questions as to, but politics had a lot to do with it, and CAF laws and how much they pay every year. And, you know, I think maybe a new government might help that out. You know, we're not getting into politics tonight, but politics is a big part of, why we don't see this car tomorrow morning being built, right?
Yep. For everyone that's just joining us, today was the last day of production. The last 6th generation Camaro 2024 rolled down the assembly line today, 12/14. The last day, mark it in the books. Camaro has seen its last ride down the assembly line, unfortunately.
When the head of Camaro got transferred to the electric side, I started to ask questions. Yeah, I don't blame you, Keith. When Al got, what you guys see today on the performance side is all because of Al and a bunch of other people's hard work, right? Not to take away from Adam and on the design side, but Al was the performance guy, right? And yes, it left a big hole when he went to the electric side. Maybe one day, listen, I'm intrigued by the electric stuff too, but it's just not. We're just not there yet. We're not there yet. But on the performance side of the electric stuff, Al's in charge. I'll guarantee you. It's going to be good.
Well, that's why the Hummer's so badass.
Yeah, absolutely right.
Hey, listen, it's fast for 9,000 pounds. That we rode in that thing. That thing is fast.
Yeah. It's like what 0-60 in 4 seconds, and it weighs 8,000, 9,000 pounds or something.
9,000 pounds, and it stops on a dime.
Yeah. TA's waiting to roll. So welcome, Brian. Brian's another long-term supporter of CCFBG. Brian's was at one time one of my right-hand men that helped kind of run things, and when we got more time, I can tell you lots of stories about Brian's black 2002 WS6. If he ever sells it, I still want you to call me, Brian. Yeah, I don't disagree, Benny. And I hate saying negative stuff about Mary because I know she is a car guy, but it looks like her decisions are being driven by politics and shareholder politics rather than what her actual customers want, right? So,
well, I think that's what we need to get back to, right? Because the reason why Camaro came back is because of the disciples and because of GM listening to their customer base. That's the main reason the 5th generation came back. So if GM wants to sell vehicles, they need to start listening to their customers again.
So I tried to put the link up there for the updated build and price inventory but it's kind of breaking it all up. I will share it with these guys. Andrew's got his own
too. Post the link in the video description.
Oh, yeah. So Andrew's got his own thing. I'll put the link in the video description. It's breaking up here. So, but it's based on 2,000 miles in Michigan, and it's ZLEs, SS1LEs, Panthers. It tells you what's out there or what dealer, and you guys can check it out. So when
a lot of cars went to Michigan too. A lot of those cars went to Michigan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Climate activists and government. Absolutely. Right. Apparently Jonathan doesn't like you modeling.
John likes to watch me all the time. I don't know what you're talking about. Right, John? Come on.
Thanks, Brian. We're glad you're here too, buddy. Philip, I'm afraid of what type of car will get the Camaro nameplate if it comes back. Well, I don't think it's going to be electric solely. It may be a combination. There may be an electric option. I hope not. But it's not going to be solely electric. People have already made that crystal clear to GM that if it's coming back, it needs to be either a combination, because there are some people that will support electric Camaro. Not many that I've seen, but it needs to be a combination of internal combustion and electric, like hybrid.
But seriously, why can't we just have both? What's the reason we can't have both options?
It works for the Mustang. I mean, there's people that don't like the electric Mustang, but there's people
that sold a lot of them. They sold over 50,000 units this year.
Yeah. So I'm okay with both.
Yeah, I was like, I just don't understand. Don't give us just one and push it down our throat.
Yeah.
Like, allow us to have our own choices.
Well, and that's what I think that is what's pissed a lot of people off, right? is that this whole electric thing has been rammed down everybody's throat, right? Where, you guys might be okay with electric and I'm not, or vice versa, right? But give us some option. Don't just go, yeah, okay, we're going to get rid of everything that burns oil and go to electric. Well, electric's not clean either. I read an article today. I mean, I don't get into this whole thing, but it still takes loaders that run on gas, and it still takes minerals and stuff that you pull out of the ground. It's far from clean, right? So
I saw the best meme yesterday, and I was showing it to everybody. It was a picture of a pipeline underneath a forest, which is beautiful, and a picture of a lithium mine, which is destroying the earth. Which one do you think is better for the environment?
Exactly.
And honestly, can we just talk about like people that want electric cars don't care about the environment? I just believe that is a huge myth, because people aren't buying Teslas because they care about the environment. Okay, people are buying Teslas because it's a status symbol.
Mm-hmm. No, exactly. And listen, and not to take away from Tesla, in their own right, that is, listen, I mean, have you watched any of the drag videos on YouTube about that car? I mean,
it's impressive. It's 100% impressive.
You seen them on Facebook at the drag strip, right? People were pissed off because the car would show up and pull like low 11s or low 10s or whatever. I think it was 11s. Yeah, I think it was 11 and change, right? Right out of the box.
Yeah.
And
it was trailering a Porsche.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, Benny. So, I don't know. So yeah, I think it's Trans Am Worldwide. I Trans Am Worldwide. Yeah.
They do those conversions of the 5th and 6th gen car.
We have a member in the group that did his own. I forget where he bought all the parts, but he did it himself, and it's well done. It's a 5th gen Camaro. And I think a Phoenix kit, if I'm not mistaken. And it's well done.
I've seen a bunch of those cars. I really have. Yeah, sorry, I don't know if Mark is still here, but we've been helping a lot of people find cars, and a lot of people find Panthers. If you want us to help you find a car, you can certainly do that. You can join our memberships. You can join Mark's memberships.
I don't have membership, buddy.
He's going to. We're going to get him there. We're going to get you there.
I take 6 months off. That 1,000 is just a personal number. Like when I get to it, I get to it. But I do appreciate it. Trust me. I'm not trying to deter anybody. I just, we're going to get there.
You put out good stuff, man. So
I appreciate that.
Might as well get you guys people to see it.
All right, let's do a refresh here. Okay, we're still at 60. All right, carrying on. Spider Buddy, what's you got? Typical 5th gen or about should be going back the next couple years. Yeah. I think Spider Buddy's right. Like 5th gens right now are probably the lowest you're going to see them. They're going to start taking off too, right?
I think they're gonna go up. I remember when I was getting my 6th gen car, I brought my 5th gen to a dealership to get appraised, and they like laughed at me. My car had like 30,000 miles on it, 2010 Synergy edition, and they wanted to give me like $10,000 for the car. I think that my car is worth more now than it was 6 years ago. So it's just crazy.
My 5th gen was appraised at 54.
It's just like these numbers are going to keep going up. The car's going away, so the values are going to go up. Charles says you had 2 electric vehicles, the Volt and the ELR. The Volt and the ELR was the best technology, the best of both worlds. There was no range anxiety. You didn't have to worry about anything, Charles.
Absolutely.
I think they should have took that technology and put it in every single vehicle they built. That would have helped with the CAF laws. That would have gave other people a choice. And what's wrong with choice? Everyone should have an option.
Absolutely.
Conversation.
And that's been the biggest thing all along, right? Is give us choice. Don't try and force it down our throat. Mark, sorry that I'll get back to Benny's question here in a quick. I'm just trying to get caught up on some of these, but Mark, sorry if we missed you. If you're going to watch this on playback, just trying to get caught up, but really appreciate you being here. Benny says, I wonder if GM will be keeping the last one. Yes, it's going to the Heritage, is it not, Andrew?
Yep. Going to the Heritage Garage.
Yeah, I agree. Still too many questions, too many doubts about electric cars. But look, it's like TVs. I remember my first LCD TV. So we bought a house in 04. It took two people to carry my 36-inch TV down the stairs. And within 3 years, I went and bought my first LCD TV. I carried it with a handle by myself down the stairs. The technology is only going to get better, but I think we're still a few years out, right? So, and the battery tech, they've just announced that there's new battery tech coming out this year, next year, this year, and
I mean the Ultimum battery, but all the EVs are getting pushed back. Okay, so people don't realize that Silverado EV came out like 3 years ago. They still have not sold one. They're pushing it back until fourth quarter of 2025.
Did they push them all back, or just our
Silverado EVs got pushed back to 2025?
All of them, even the work trucks, because I heard they released.
Yeah, they did release the work trucks and realized nobody's buying them. Oh, so nice. They hold the production on that as well.
Right.
Hybrid. There's no problems with hybrid. I was totally against non-American products. So I try to stay with the big three. Obviously, I've only owned GM products and Chevrolets specifically. And same with my family. I've only owned GM products. But my brother just bought a Kia Sportage hybrid, and it's amazing. And it's really an unbelievable product. He can go from my parents' house to his house and not use any gas. And then once he goes on the highway, the gas engine kicks on. So it's kind of crazy.
I do think, and it's kind of leaning that way based on the conversations that we've had, that the next Camaro will likely be a hybrid if it comes back. Like, you know what I mean? They're saying it's not over, but I think you're going to see a hybrid Camaro for sure. To me, it kind of makes sense, right? Unless things go that far south, right?
Yes. I'm gonna get to you, Charles. I'm watching.
What we got here? You can do it. Maybe it is. Sure. Yes. Thank you, Frankie.
Appreciate it, Frank.
I still think the E28, if they go electric. Hey, right? We just talked about that. Hey, I think it's a great name. If you want to offer an electric version of the car, call it an E28. Absolutely, right?
As long as it doesn't piss the Z28 people off because it's not naturally aspirated.
And that's why both sides that, because I think that GM has always been one of those ones that they kind of sit back and see how things are going to go, right? So they're going to watch Stellantis with what Alan said here, right, with the gas and electric, and then how the Mustang on its own is going to do.
Camaro.
Disposable plants, yes. Car companies lose 35. Yeah, they do. 35,000 is what I heard today on every electric car. More?
So I don't know. I know Ford loses $36,000 for every Lightning they sell. That I know. That is a solid thing. But GM loses money on every electric vehicle they sell, and I just don't understand the business concept, because why would you want to lose money on everything you're selling and then have to get another bailout or lay people off? Wouldn't you make something that sells to make money for the company? I never understood that unless they don't care about making the money and they care about their stock price and they care about the government will bail us out if anything ever happens again. And the government is giving us billions of dollars towards pushing this EV infrastructure.
Well, and you've seen it with that, what was it, $10 million buyback?
Yeah.
Right? That's... So David Scott Skunkworks is needed for Camaro. Who at Ford made the new Mustang? I don't know.
I don't know, but apparently they took all the body lines from Camaro and decided that It was
I
we
mean,
called the Ford.
remember when that car came out? I mean, there was tons of people. Anthony, I think you covered it. I covered it. You know, the body, you put the two cars on top of each other or put the mirror, they were almost identical, right? So
yeah. And the 2016 Camaro beats the new Mustang. Just for people watch, go check the video. The 2016 Camaro beats the new Mustang.
yeah.
So a car that's 9 years old is beating a refresh.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I seen that. It was pretty cool. Here in Cali, Tesla drivers want the carpool access first, taking care of the environment second. I saw one of those conversions out of Trans Am last summer. We're almost there.
What's up, everybody, for you just joining. We're catching up on the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to both channels. Hit the like button if you haven't already. I know we got people watching now, but we're talking Camaro, man. We're talking the last day of production. So we appreciate you being here. Feel free to post whatever question you have in the comments. Show us some love in the comments. There is super chats available. If you guys want your question answered right away, we can get to it. But yeah, we're here for you guys.
You're gonna take care of Charles?
Yes. Charles asked a question. Can you pull him up? I don't know where he was. But he wanted a shout out to his wife.
Sorry, I muted myself. What was that, buddy? I just trying
to. Charles asked a question. He wanted a shout out to his wife. I just don't know where it is. I can't go up in the comments on that.
Points give my. Oh, there you go. I'll get back to Brian's question in a sec. I'm just gonna find a picture for you guys.
There you go, Charles. All right, help me earn some points. Give my wife Janet a shout out. What's up, Janet? Thank you for hosting the Motor City Camaro Club. I heard Charles is going to buy a whole bunch of Camaro Cave swag with the Motor City Camaro Club on the back because, you know, no, we appreciate you hosting that party, and we're going to try to make it out to one of them soon. So we appreciate you watching, Janet, and, you know, stay. I don't know if you want to go in Charles's room where pants are optional. So I know he has that room with the sign that says pants optional. She gets a kick out of it.
So I'm just going to go back to Ryan's question real quick, and I'm just going to share this with you guys. So this was one of our guys, Paul. Okay, share screen. Where are we at here? Window.
Oh, is he saying he hasn't seen a Trans Am conversion?
No, he has. He was asking if it was a ZTA. And Paul's isn't a ZTA. Can you guys see that picture?
Yeah.
Okay, so Paul's was so that's that blue color, Tanya, that I was telling you that we were talking about earlier. And I think Paul bought some of the stuff from Phoenix, like the nose and stuff, but he assembled it all himself. Right. I don't have a shot of the interior, but well done car. I mean, we would take that thing to Performance World, the indoor show, and it would get a ton of traffic around it. Like guys were just like, "Wow, what is this thing?" I mean, when it was first done, right? So, anyways, I'm just getting through some stuff here. We sold lots of Volts. People loved it. Volt was a great car, man.
It won Consumer Reports all the time. It still to this day, people that have them just replace them with more bolts. And what's crazy is they did a study of EV owners' next purchase, and it was a gas powered car.
Yeah, I think Camaro shows this summer are going to be huge. Absolutely,
we're going to be to a lot of them. So if you don't know. I just subscribed to the Camaro Cave. Appreciate it. Desmond. Thank you for subscribing.
Desmond.
Part of the channel.
I will put it's
check out our new merch. We got a whole bunch of new merch that just arrived today. Obviously wearing it. She's wearing it. I'm wearing it. We got it all, guys. Oh, plus, you know, we got to drink our tea too. Do you want anything?
Did I not? What's going on here?
Charles. Oh, Charles says she's laughing. We appreciate it, man. Anything to help you guys out. If you guys have questions, post them in the comments. Oh, we got big.
Sorry. We had some stuff disappear here. I don't know what happened to it.
Subscribe. There you go. We definitely getting Mark's channel up here. We're gonna make him hit that
Why our
1,000.
name's not showing? That's what I was trying to figure out.
Oh, you know what? Why is our names not showing?
I
I
don't
just
know.
noticed that.
Show display names. Is it because of the for a guy who works on computers or used to at one time, I'm feeling pretty dumb right now, I gotta tell you.
I don't see it. It used to, when we first joined, it said, "Oh, can you not do it when you have the question up?" Is that why?
Oh yeah, maybe. Yeah.
I think that would explain.
We've been pounding through questions here, so um so let's
Welcome to the
there
fun.
we go. Yeah.
There we go.
Okay. So we've just been going from one question to the next. So Desmond, thanks. I put my channel in there, and thanks to subscribing to the Camaro Cave, and thanks for checking us out. I have to go deal with Rosie here in a second, but did the Camaro release vehicle that turned off a certain amount of cylinders get better gas mileage? I guess in the fifth gens they were L99s. I forget what the terminology is in the sixth gens, but
LT1s.
oh
So
yeah,
in the LT1s, yes, there was cylinder deactivation in all 2016 up to our new 24. It does have cylinder deactivation where it will drop from V8 mode to 6-cylinder to 4-cylinder when you don't need the power to improve fuel economy. Now, on our 2016 car that we have, I tuned that out. Well, amongst other things, performance parts. We got headers, high flow cats, dyno tuned. We tuned that out so that it's V8 mode all the time. It is an easy fix. There's actually even a fuse you can just pull to get rid of the cylinder deactivation, but it does improve fuel economy. I kind of actually wish I left it in on my 16, but I got a 24 now, so we're gonna have the best of both worlds, V8 all the time and fuel economy another way. So and I don't think we're going to be doing many options, if any, with our 24 Panther edition when it comes to performance wise. So we'll see. Janet rocks. Men, you need more wives like Janet. Woo woo. Man,
yeah. I'm telling you, if you have a good one like we do, Andrew, we're lucky men.
I know. Thank God, man, because I don't think I could do it with somebody else.
I'll tell you, certainly for me, when I started, my wife was kind of like, "Yeah, it's her hobby, do whatever," and then she ended up. Sorry, 1 second.
No problem. I mean that's how we met. So this car literally brought us together. Some of our best friends and which are like now family members are because Camaro came out. And because they drive Camaros, we drive Camaros, and it's just a passion. It's a passion fest. It's one big Camaro orgy.
So sorry, I'm just being on doggy duty here.
It's all good.
Certainly. So when I started, like I was, it was a couple of us, and then we had some changes going on, and then Cal got involved, and I have no problem admitting that I would be lost without her. Certainly, when the popularity comes, is when she stepped in and then become the vice president, and I almost thought she was more popular than I was, and I couldn't have done what I've done without her. So if you have a good spouse at home, a good partner, or whatever, you got to make sure you thank them.
Yes, please.
Oh, look at that. Somebody's here. Hello, honey. That is my wife, Kelly. If
throw a plug out for her channel. She's doing a good job too.
So my wife, Kelly, has her own YouTube channel. She does wellness and she does tarot card readings. She is really good at what she does. I will put her link here. Make sure you please go check her out. And actually, I don't know if she's still here, but I'll put it in here for her.
Al still wants that polo, babe.
What?
Al still wants your polo.
Oh, you want we got. Do we have polos?
Al, we have polos in the merchandise on the thing, which you will not find the gray one that we wear because They were made. They were made especially for us. Thank you, Morgan. Morgan made those for us when we had that same shirt made for Scott Settlemeyer.
Nice.
That is why you don't find that one. It's embroidered, not transfer. And
Thank you, Paul.
you don't want to know what those things costed us.
So I don't know if you noticed when you guys were at Camaro Fest, Scott had our red shirt on. We had a pile of them done in black. There's only 3 red ones made. Scott said there might be 4, but Scott got one. Mike Judge got one. I have one, and one of the other guys has one. So there's only 4. There's only 4 of those red CCFPG shirts made.
I didn't get one.
No,
what's that all about?
No, well, sorry. Take the comment now. What? I'm getting so behind here. I'm gonna get caught up here.
You know what, Keith? That's a good idea. We should do that, baby. We should put "It's not a car, it's a lifestyle" on the back of one of our runs of shirts.
That's what
Kelly rules. Yes, she does, Brian. You're absolutely right.
goes on my Camaro Life shirts. Car's lifestyle.
Yeah, Scott is honestly. I mean, I've said this many times, right? Like, I remember I met Scott years ago, but I remember having Scott come to our first weekend show, and I kind of felt like we had like the president of GM come, because just Scott's presence and everything he knows and everything that he means to so many people was so important. Jan says, yeah, put it on the shirt, Tony. Okay. Sorry, I was blowing through those comments just to get caught up a little bit. But Scott has meant so much to so many people and gives so much of his time that I was just blown away by some of the things that he's been some of the things that we've talked about, right? So Camaros are a lifestyle. Do you guys know how many Krypton green Camaros are made? I do not. The floor is yours, Andrew.
Well, you can go to Camaro6.com, and they will certainly tell you how many Krypton greens were made, or you can just wait like 2 seconds while I get you the answer. Because it looks like Krypton green
935.
There was 935 Krypton greens produced in for 2017. All models. There was 111 ZL1 coupes and 17 ZL1 convertibles. Of those 111 ZL1 coupes, 65 were automatic, 46 were manual, and of the 17 convertibles, 12 were automatic and 5 were manual. Yeah, I hope that helps.
And there's one.
I was going to say Camaro 6, apparently.
That's Krypton green, but it was painted aftermarket.
Yeah, there's a lot of fake Kryptons out there too, so just be careful.
So let's talk about we're lucky in that sense because but there are no real info on the 2010s.
What specifically do you want info on the 2010s
about? Do you really see this car going to 28 before it comes back?
You answer that, Tony.
I'm just gonna jump in here quick because I was gonna tell this to you earlier. So my wife's saying that your cat looks like our Quincy. We have a black cat, like what you guys have, and she has a white spot right underneath of his neck.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ours are solid black, both of them.
Yeah. So that was the one that was just on me is our girl.
That's Jilly.
That's Jilly. She's like 10 pounds, but the boy is
She's 14
high.
pounds.
She's 14 pounds
She's
now.
14 pounds.
No way.
Yes.
No way.
Yes.
While the boy is
Jackson.
22 pounds. He's like
Jackson is
he's a
24
big ass
pounds.
cat now.
24 pounds.
Spider buddy, what do you you got this in here and I was like, what kind of information are you looking about 2010s?
So overall 2010 Chevrolet Camaro 2SS with RS package, there was 55,144 cars built. They if you're looking for an Inferno orange car, there was 9,641 cars built. Hope that helps.
Yes, 3 cats and a dog. That's what we have.
I know where one's wrecked.
Panthers are the baddest. It seems that the Panthers are pretty subjective, are getting a lot of good and bad. You know, there's been a lot of people, including myself, who went, hey, you know what? Like the Camaro should have done better for an anniversary collector's edition besides, you know, a little extra carbon fiber and, you know, hey, listen, the paint's great, but it's not the first flat black I've seen. Do you know what I mean? It would have been nice to see something performance-wise, right? So not really surprising that ZLE is going to be even more rare than the Panthers. Thank you, honey. I appreciate you being here. Sorry, I was going to try and go an hour, but I should have known better. But
yeah, we can't do an hour either.
Yeah.
Our lives are like 2 to 3 hours lately. Well, I mean, we enjoy doing it. So
I do too. I just didn't think she was going to behave that long. That I didn't think she'd behave for 2 hours. That's why I was kind of like, well, we might be able to get. I certainly didn't expect 55 people to be in here. So thank you everybody for being here. And hey, we're here. Let's do this.
Hey, we don't do anything. We don't do anything small. That's like our thing.
You didn't think his wife was going to behave? What?
So just before she goes, I've said it and I know she heard me. Listen, I would be lost without that woman because she helped me take what we have to the next level. And when I guess I sort of retired in 14, you know, we had a lot of people in tears and that's not what I was trying to do. I needed a change at the time. And Kelly was a huge part of, you know, the whole program that we had. It was like a second full-time job. So I would be lost without my wife. So any giveaways coming soon, Andrew?
I was just asking Tony that. So we do have some more stuff.
We're not trying to be greedy with it. We're trying to hang on to it to get it signed by somebody else.
We do want to get more of the stuff that we have here signed by people. And we do plan on seeing some of these people soon. So stay tuned for that. Yeah, we do have we do have more giveaways, and I keep getting more and more stuff from GM and Chevrolet. So stay tuned for that. I did want to. Well, we can do some Hot Wheel giveaways for sure, and then we can sign them. That's certainly something if you guys want, we can do that. But I did want to go over my window sticker because this is the way it came in, ripped.
Nice. And you can get another one, right? But they're not the same size.
Yeah. Well, no, we did.
We have
you do? Okay. You can pay for them, but the free ones aren't the same size.
Yeah. The truck driver had a field day. He just decided to rip it on me.
Well, and the new reprint ones in this bottom corner over here, they say reprint.
Yeah, so that's the only thing.
Yeah?
So through my dealership, I was able to get a reissue, they call it, and then it looks exactly the same except it just says reissue on the bottom of it. So it's not the original, unfortunately.
So I'm gonna doctor this one up and put it in the frame.
But I did want to just go over what you get in the collector's edition, if you have a second, because a lot of people don't know. We still get the question, what's a collector's edition? So the Camaro collector's edition only available for 2024. It is a on a 2SS. It is a $5,995 package. So for that money, you are getting a black center stripe down the entire car. So hood, roof. It's the first time. It's the only time they've ever done the roof. So is their hood, roof, trunk lid on top of the wing and below the wing. So that's pretty cool. She's gonna type where I'm talking. You also get the collector's edition badging, which is on the side of the vehicle. And you get the Panther Black metallic tin coat, even though it says tin coat here. We all know it's a tri-coat, so this is another typo on this window sticker. Then you also get the suede steering wheel, which we have red interior, so you think the red interior would match with the red stitching on the seatbelt on the steering wheel. No, they put a white stitching on the steering wheel. So that was another issue. Red painted calipers on all four wheels, which was not available. Only on ZL1 was it available, and it was only available on the front. So you get it on all four wheels on every single trim level. You also get the LT1 hood badges, carbon fiber instrument panel on 2SS. So what used to be standard for ZL1 when it first came out and then became an option. Now the collector's edition is the only car from the factory down level that you can get that in. Now, also you do get the 20-inch black forged aluminum wheels, which are on our car, or you could have got the polished aluminum ones. Now, once you choose the wheels, you also get the wheel locks. The lug nuts to match. So the black ones, you get the black lug nuts. The polished ones, you get the polished lug nuts. And then on our car, we added the wheel locks, which was like $125 option, but I didn't want nobody stealing the wheels. So, and there's only two other things really that you get with the package. The rear spoiler is from the original ZL1. It brings it down and puts it on every single model. So it doesn't matter if you get a 1LT or a 2SS, you get a ZL1 spoiler.
Nice.
And then you also get the satin black outside mirrors to match the front splitter from the 1LE.
Except convertible.
Except convertible, yeah. Convertibles you don't get. You get the SS wing. So sorry, convertibles. Plus you get the Panther cutouts on the wings too, whether you got a coupe or convertible. Tell us about your cars, Mark.
Well, so I was pretty fortunate. I grew up with a lot of Camaros, and never first gen. It was a 72 LT, 72 RS, and then a 77. Probably the worst one of them all was the 77 Type LT straight six. Worst car ever that we ever had, me growing up. And then we went to an 81 Rolandetta, and then we went to an 85 Z28, and that's kind of when, the other ones were okay, but the 85 was, there's a lot of cues in that dedication video that I did. I remember we had our 85, it had the Recaro stuttering Camaro seats in it, and it was brown and silver. And I remember seeing my first yellow IROC, and I was like, wow, what, like that is the car, man. Like, so then when I got into my adult life and kind of got away from cars for a bit, because I was working and like just work. And shortly before I started the group, I bought my first Z28 off Cal's aunt and uncle, and for a case of beer and dinner.
There you go.
That was in the 90s. It was an 86 Z28, red with silver bottom. And so I bought that off them for a case of beer and dinner. Had it painted solid red. Looked like an IROC replica, really, when I was done with it. Had a LG4 305 in it. My uncle had just bought a 95 Z28, and that's when we started Camaro Country. We would later go to Camaro Country F-body group to include Firebirds. But so he buys that. I bought my first house. I bought our first house. We bought our first house with my 86 Z28. I wrote it off.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Used that money as my down payment on our first house. And I would go and find that car later on. So I'd already had my 91. We found the 86 and we were going to try and fix it up for Kelly. And it was too far rotted. So, I mean, I was pretty happy that I found the car because I thought it might have sat in a scrapyard somewhere, but we found it and we were going to fix it. And then once I got going through it, it was like the rear quarter, where they usually rot right under the back seat there was right. The subframe was right rotted out of it. And we ended up parting it out. And I know there's a lot of people there's a few people that are probably, I don't know if they're on here, but there's a lot of people that are on our Facebook group that have parts from that car. And subsequently my 91 that I got rid of that are on a few people's cars. So anyways, I got my 91 couple of years, like 4 or 5 years later, and was my daily driver. And then we took it off the road and put like a pile of money at it. And it was actually my wife's idea because I was going to sell it because I wanted to buy a 5th gen. And she's like, well, we've got all this money into the 91. Why don't we just keep it, take it off the road, put a bit more money into it and call it a weekend car. So if you've seen any of my videos, I've had the car in there a couple of times. We started solid gray and then we had it airbrushed with the club logo and the ghost flames on it.
Oh, nice.
And then because I had abused that car quite a bit, I mean, that when we were done with that car, it rode worse than a Corvette. Like it was, and I was too afraid to drive it because the guy who airbrushed the car had ended up passing away. And if anything had ever happened to the car, you could never match it because of the way we did the flames and all that. And it got, because of the years of abuse, the subframe started rotting on it, and I was going to sell it, and I just made the decision to park the car completely. And I couldn't really sell that car the way it was and pull the hood off of it and keep the hood because the hood's got the club logo on it. So I made the decision, you know what, we'll just strip this car down to the frame and get rid of it. So that's what I did. A lot of people have those cars as well. And then at the time I bought my 2010 5th gen V6, put a V8 nose on it, not because I wanted it. I just like the look of the front end of the SS better than the V6. A good friend of mine at the time had helped me out with the front end, and we put it on the car, and then we got rid of it. And so, I'm not in a rush, but that's kind of the story with me in the sense of, I know I've kind of been all over the place, but when I literally say I've been around it all my life, I've been around this car all my life. It means quite a bit to me. And that's why I've dedicated over 20 years to this car and this hobby, is because I'm pretty passionate like you guys about this car. Right. So
100%. Sorry
for the long story, but
no, we appreciate it. Stories like that we need to share. And that's what GM really needs to hear. They need to hear from these people, from people like you, me, and everyone that's watching, like what the car means to them. That's our number one question. When we see you at a car show, the last question we ask you when we do an interview with you is, what does Camaro mean to you? And you'd be surprised at the answers you get.
Yeah.
They're all over the place.
You know what? I've always been the same way. I'm always about the stories. A good friend of mine, Eric, who was, like Brian, big part of the group at the time. And, he'd come up with this slogan and it just kind of stuck with us, right? It's not about the cars. We're about the people too, right? And I'm the same way, right? Like I love hearing the stories about, how you got involved with the car or even cars in general, right? And what the Camaro means to you. And like I said, I've made some of the best friends I have are because of this car, right?
100%. I mean, we met because of the car. So, I mean, it's deeper than that for us, for sure. We are going to do a giveaway. So she went away and decided to go grab 2 things. So we are going to do a giveaway.
Yes, on Camaro Cave. So make sure you subscribe and be part of their membership.
We're going to get Mark there. Make sure you subscribe to Mark's channel. If you haven't already, go like the video, like his channel, subscribe to him. We're going to get him over the hump of that 1,000. It's coming.
What are we at? We're at 58 to go.
58 more to go, people. Let's go. And make sure you hit this like button. We're almost on here for 2 hours now. Let's go. Let's get some likes in here. But we are doing a giveaway, Jan. If you're still here, let us know you're still here. We are doing a giveaway. She grabbed 2 things to give away. We'll sign them for you guys, and we'll send them your way.
So my dealership keeps telling me my car is in preliminary stage. Am I getting the wool pulled over my eyes? Andrew, you want to cover that one?
Yes. Today was Anthony, I'm sorry to tell you, today was the last day for Camaro. The last car came off the line already today. And if your car is sitting at 1100 status in preliminary orders, then you are not getting a car. You need to search for a car. You need to locate a car, and you need to be willing to travel to find said car.
Andrew, I got to go downstairs real quick to visit the little boy's room. I'll be right back.
No problem. Take your time. We got it. All right. So this is what we're doing, guys. We're doing giveaways like we always do. If you're new to the channel, we do giveaways. We do signatures. Oh my God. We even got the Camaro Cave pins on it. So we do giveaways on almost a lot of our videos, and we get some signed merchandise from Camaro enthusiasts, Camaro engineers. Scott Sotomayor signed a bunch of merch for us, so we're going to be giving it away. But we're doing Hot Wheels giveaways tonight, 2 of them. So yeah, appreciate Anthony. If you want us to help you find a car, shoot us an email, thecamaroCave@gmail.com. We will find you a car. Obviously, if you don't know by now, I work for Chevrolet at the dealership level, so I can locate any car out there in the whole country, and we can help you find a car, man. There's plenty of Panthers still out there. My dealership still has a Panther. It's a 3LT, so if you're looking for a 3LT with zero markup, guys, I built the perfect 3LT RS Panther edition with Recaro seats. She's going to give away 1970 Camaro and 1969 Copo Camaro. I actually have never seen either one of these cars, so I don't know why we're giving them away, but we'll give them away to you. Looks like a 6970 slip bumper. You have thousands of these things. I can't remember every single one.
Pay attention to my collection.
Paying attention to you right now. I mean, that's kind
vintage.
of enough. I might get slapped here in a second.
For the topo.
All right. We gotta wait till Mark gets back. Mark will be part of it.
Is Mark giving it away?
No, but Mark needs to be part of it.
Mark went away.
He's going to the bathroom. He'll be back. Give them a good home. All right. So, Han, do you have to be a member in order to get these, or is this for everybody?
We'll just do for everybody tonight.
All right. So this giveaway is going to be for everybody tonight.
Because we can't tell who the members are.
Well, you can if you go to here, but we are doing giveaways. We do give away bigger stuff that's signed by Camaro enthusiast and Camaro engineer design team. But you do got to be a member of our page in order to get that stuff, because that stuff doesn't come cheap. So if you do want to join our membership program, it's right in the description of this video. You can, but this is going to be for everybody. So if you're watching, if you answer this question correct, you're going to get this.
69.
We're doing the 69 Copo Camaro first with a Camaro Cave pin, and we'll sign it for you if you want it signed. So let me show you what it looks like. 1969 Copo Camaro, 6 of 10, and there is the Camaro Cave logo pin. We actually have never given away any of these pins, so you're gonna be the first person to get a pin. But this is what the car looks like, guys. And once Mark gets back, we will do the giveaway. Or do you just want to do it now?
How it works. Tell him how it works.
You tell them how it works.
You tell me.
I've been talking this whole time.
You are so close to that.
First of all, have you seen it? We just got a whole bunch of this merch in today, guys. This hat's fire, by the way. I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty excited about it. I love the flat caps, but we have hats, beanies. I got like 6 different beanies that we just got in. Sweatshirts fire with them blue tassels and the white logo, red logo, combo logo. We have it all. All of our merch is in the description of this video too, and we do have sales on the merch too, so feel free. We will do it all for you. Yeah, I don't know why that link doesn't work really well. Should I buy a new Camaro as a winter car? Depends on where you live. How bad is your winter? I would love to say yes and just go buy a Camaro, but I don't know where you live.
It's not a winter.
Brian's like 2 hours south of me.
Okay.
No.
Then no.
You know what? I will still say that my 5th gen, I would drive my 5th gen anywhere because I drove it all year round. I mean, I showed you the picture of the Salt. Brian knows it. I was more comfortable in it than I was in my wife's car.
So while you were on the toilet, we're about to do a giveaway here.
Nice.
To everybody. So even if it's your subscribers, whoever answers the question is gonna get it. It's free to everybody. So Tonya is gonna take us away with the question.
Okay, so how this works, guys, is the answer is on my phone. Don't read it out loud. See, the answer's there, right?
What the hell is that?
Wow. Andy doesn't know the answer to the question because I just showed him the answer. And if he was playing Jeopardy, he wouldn't be able to tell me the question. Would you?
I don't even know what the question is. She just showed me an answer. Like I'm supposed to know the answer
But
to
the
a question
answer-
she hasn't shown me yet.
But you should be able to look at this and know what the question is. But we're not playing Jeopardy. I just want you to verify that the answer is on here. So that is it?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to ask the question, and the first person that we see it pop up on the thingy, we'll call it out.
Love Heppardy. Who's Heppardy?
Jeopardy.
I know.
Jeopardy.
I know. She just put it with an
Be
H.
nice to Jan.
I like Jan.
You don't spell
Hello,
either.
Jan.
I found this at the dollar store. There we go.
What is that? That's
Was
Camaro?
that a one?
Really?
Found it at Dollar Tree.
I have never seen that car in the Dollar Tree.
I've never seen it at the Dollar Tree either. I found a big one at the Dollar Tree the other day, but it was plastic. Okay, so I'm going to ask the question, and the first person to type it into the answers gets the Copo.
Copo Camaro
Yep. So the question.
with Hot Wheels speed graphics.
The question. What does Copo stand for?
Oh, snap. Don't go cheating. Does anybody know what Copo stands for?
That's the question. Tell us what Copo stands for. What is the acronym?
Don't cheat.
Let's go, guys. Start to type
Start your
in.
engines.
Start to type in.
First one in.
Nope.
Next.
That's not the answer, Jan.
Next.
Got it. Okay. Who's got it? Where'd it go? Where'd it go?
Ooh. Oh, wow. They came in at the same time. Oh, snap.
Oh,
got it?
yeah.
Who got it first?
Well, I don't know. According to what I'm seeing, Lori got her comment in before Richard did, but I don't know.
But who's
Richard's-
MD?
Yeah, who's MD?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, MD. Yeah, they all come in at 10 o'clock.
That can't be right.
Well, they all show 10 p.m.
Okay, well, the
You got
first
3 of them.
one, the first one, MD, is correct.
Right. Yeah, Lori's is not right. Yeah, Richard and MD's is right.
Yep. Close, Lori. Maybe next
Do
time.
we have to do a tiebreaker, or do I
No,
get another Copo?
the first one, hon, you have more Copos.
They're both in at 10 o'clock. Exactly.
Well, no, it hit the screen first.
But it doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Which means they typed it first.
So do we?
The first person that typed it in, and got the right answer gets the
Just
car.
for the record, this is going on Camaro Cave, not on CCFPG Garage. So when you guys when you guys pick the wrong person, it won't be me, it'll be you.
What is that, like the little lawyer thing at the end of the
That's right,
commercial?
yeah,
You were like,
read the fine print.
This is the description to save my
Hey,
ass.
what's going on, buddy?
It's okay, Lori. Maybe next time.
okay,
We got more giveaways. Just
MD.
follow our
Are we
channel.
going with MD?
Yeah, MD is the winner. So MD, tell her how to get a hold of us, T.
Send me your mailing information at the Camaro Cave. The Camaro Cave at gmail.com.
The Camaro Cave at gmail.com. Send us your information. We'll get this out to you right away with the Camaro Cave pin, the first pin we're giving away, and the car. So congratulations. And yeah, I know disclaimers. Got to love them, right? Congrats, MD. Whoop, whoop.
Okay, we have another.
We have another giveaway, but we're gonna let Mark talk a little bit.
Yeah, we're gonna let.
Yeah, I guys, I hate to cut things short, but I do have to go because somebody's getting very impatient now, and it's becoming increasingly more difficult to get things done. Which I expected, 2 hours is probably her limit.
That's a lot.
So I hate to be the party pooper, but guys, we'll carry on for a couple more minutes, but I just wanted to get that out. But appreciate everybody being here, and we're simulcasting on both channels, and
Still have 35 people watching, man.
So we have what? I'm
35.
showing 50.
Oh, you are? Well, then I'm wrong.
Yeah, I'm showing 50.
I need to update my channel. You're right.
No, the dog's becoming impatient, Dave, not my wife. My wife has more patience. That woman has more patience than anybody I know. So what is going on here?
But again, everyone that's watching and watching the channels, we do appreciate you guys. We come out here and do this for you guys. Whether it's Mark's channel, our channel, we all help each other out. It's the Camaro community. The car is just the avenue of getting together. It's the people that matter, and it's the people that come together because of some American ingenuity and some pieces of sheet metal. So it's about the people, and the car just got us here.
Absolutely. And guys, I truly want to thank the Camaro Cave. You guys and the Camaro Cave family for coming over and kind of making this. They show us two separate channels, probably at your end, but we see it all as one. So really appreciate everybody's support for supporting us on this. So guess what? I was on both channels, and I bet there's more like 80 something people watching together. Yeah, we showed us it bouncing all over the place. So, it's 50 a minute ago. I think Andrew said there was 36, and then it went up to 50, and now it's down to 41. So who knows, right? But certainly, you know what, guys, I want to do more of these. Really appreciate you guys coming on and us doing this together. Rosie's scratching at the door here. So, but I love doing them. I could, if the dog was a bit more patient, we could do this for hours, but I have to be respectful to her too. She's upstairs. I'm up in my office, and Mommy's downstairs cooking. So that's why she really wants downstairs, because she's motivated by food like most of our animals are. So,
yep, 100%.
Thank you, David. Appreciate you and everybody else being here. Merry Christmas to you as well, and Merry Christmas to everybody. Before we go, do you guys want to just, I know you were going to do something else. Sorry. So do that, and then tell us where you're going to be or what you guys got coming up, and then I'll get mine covered, and then we'll go.
Okay. So, all right, we're going to do this one real quick. It's our last giveaway for everybody. It doesn't matter what channel you're watching. Last giveaway. This is a 1970 Camaro. Here it is. It is 50 years of Camaro. And it does come with the Camaro Cave pin as well. Tonya has the question. If you want to win it, you got to post the answer first. So you got to be quick on the keys. What's the question, Tonya?
Thank you, Greg. Appreciate it.
What is the rarest 1970 Camaro, and I'll give you a hint. There was only 3 of them.
The rarest 1970 Camaro, and there's only 3 of them ever made.
Mm-hmm.
Wow,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
that's crazy. I do not even know the answer to that.
I have an idea, but I don't know if it's specific enough. Merry Christmas, Greg. Spider Buddy, Merry Christmas. Thank you.
Yep. Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Happy Hanukkah.
Yes,
happy
absolutely.
Hanukkah, everything. Happy New Year.
However you may enjoy it, enjoy it.
Exactly.
Just trying to find a picture of it.
Does anybody know the answer? And if not, we're going to go to something else.
If you said first, then I would have more idea, but a second, oh man, 3 of them? I don't know.
I think it's a rally sport and it's black, I think.
Mm-mm.
Nope. Sorry. Gaming, no, that's not it. I'm sorry.
Not the answer.
Well, nobody's getting the answer on this one, so we might have to do a different giveaway another time, because it was the Hearst Sunshine Special. What? Right there.
You put it up before you said it.
Okay. All right.
You were just getting to it, and he
I
put
was
it
just
up.
getting to it. So it's the Hearst Sunshine Special, and it stands out because Chevrolet only produced 3 of them. Which,
congrats, 915 one at Camaro 1LE.
951 Camaro 1LE. Send us your contact information to the Camaro Cave at gmail.com, and we will get this out to you with a Camaro Cave pin. And just let us know if you want us to sign it or not, and we'll get this sent your way. But we'll let Mark close it up here. Thanks everyone for being part of both channels and listening to the Camaro stuff. It was a sad day today, and the last Camaro rolled off the line. If you're just joining us,
but we did it together.
We did it all together. This is our journey. We're gonna keep the faith alive that the car will come back. And if you haven't already, subscribe to Mark's channel, like everything, share it all, and let's make GM bring the car back by making the community bigger each and every day.
Thanks, guys. What do you got coming up? Real quick.
What do we got coming up?
Dude, we're just trying to get through Christmas. I don't know about any of y'all, but I haven't even started Christmas shopping yet.
Either.
Yeah, we're done.
Yeah. We cannot confirm or deny there's something coming that we might just get on a plane and go find. So stay tuned with that. We cannot say anymore. But it has to do with the last year of Camaro. We'll just leave it at that.
Nice. Certainly for me, I think before I won't be really taking a break because I got so much going on, but I got to do that 24 walk around, that 24 convertible that I've been trying to get done. I got December news just about done. I put it off because of this, and then I think we're going to take that little Christmas break and then get back at it. But certainly, you know what, as Jan said, it's a sad day, but that's the wrong comment. And but it's good to be together. You know what, I really appreciate everybody being here. I know the 3 of us appreciate all you guys being here with us.
100%.
It's kind of a sad day, but you know what, neither one of us are going anywhere. And certainly I know that our people have said they won't see me do more of these, so it won't be the last time you'll see these guys on our channel. So but make sure if you're on our side and you're not part of Camaro Cave, make sure you get over there and subscribe to those guys, because I haven't met 2 more passionate people than those 2 people right there. So
I appreciate that, Mark. Thanks so much, man.
But guys, Merry Christmas, however you may celebrate it out there. Andrew and Tanya, thank you very much for doing this with me. I do go, but I'm sure we can, we'll be doing
more, and we appreciate you having us.
Right. So we'll do another one of these again real soon. But guys, enjoy the holidays the best you can with family and friends.
Be safe.
If the car's done doesn't mean that Jan just put magical mystery tour.
Why not?
You
You
know,
never know where we're gonna pop up.
Exactly. You don't know what state we're coming to next.
We'll be in
And-
Pennsylvania this weekend.
don't forget to share your stuff with us because I know they are big with it. I'm big with it. We are all about, none of this is possible without you guys, first and foremost. There's nothing worse than talking into a microphone and a mic and nobody watching. So, we do this because of you guys. I mean, this is probably the most rewarding you can get is having people interact with your content, right? As a content creator. So, again, happy holidays, guys. Merry Christmas. Thank you so much for doing this and being here with us. We will talk soon.
Have a good night, guys. Thanks for
Take care,
joining.
guys. See you later.
Bye night.
Night.